there, it's me, Breanna, and you are listening to That Time We Got Reincarnated as a podcast, episode 13. After much dispute, we've decided that this is episode 13.
You skipped the word anime.
Did I not say anime podcast?
No, you said...
podcast?
You just said as a podcast.
Well, you know what? To be fair, we are taking over Save the Game Media in general, so... At some point, we won't have to designate that it's an anime podcast. It'll just be the podcast, you know?
I figured we would just get reincarnated as...
Save the Game Media?
when we take over their shows... We'll be like, that time we got reincarnated as Project X Talk. That time we got reincarnated as No Limits.
Okay, yeah. I say we do that. I say we slowly take over until all of the podcasts are just about reincarnation. And then all of a sudden we become a spiritual channel somehow and nobody knows how we got there.
Except for this podcast. This one stays exactly the same. We don't change a thing. And everyone else gets so confused.
Yep. These are really good plans that we're making here.
Yeah, and no one's going to know because, they're never going to find out.
I mean, they'll never watch this episode. So, yeah, it'll be too late. All right. Well, you can find us on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia and podcast services. If you do want to show Save the Game Media some extra love and get early access to all of our content, you can find us at patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia. Today, I am joined by my co-host and friend, Kyle. That's the other voice you're hearing here. Before we get started today, how are you, Kyle?
Oh, I'm good. Went to soccer this morning. Realized it was far too warm outside. And then decided I was going to stay inside for the rest of the day. And it's supposed to be hotter tomorrow, so I'm going to stay inside too.
Yeah, it's disgustingly hot. And I'm alarmed that we're not doing anything about it. But what can you do? There's so many issues going on right now that it's like...
I still think my idea of interconnected air-conditioned tunnels throughout the entire world, it'll take a bit to get there, but I think once we're there, problem solved.
Mm-hmm. And what happens when those tunnels start catching on fire because the planet is so hot?
We flood them.
Just become mermaids?
We
play mermaids.
we play mermaids.
I'm here for this. All right. Sold.
And then then maybe that's the end. I don't have a way to get the water out of the tunnels, but I do have that plan for when they're on fire.
Well, we don't need the water out of the tunnels once we become mermaids. We in fact need the water in the tunnels.
Mermaids can't go on land?
No.
Except for
like that on that rock. Like, you know how
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that's a siren you're thinking of.
No, I'm saying like in Little Mermaid, like how she's like singing and there's like the waves crashing around her and she's on the rock.
I watched the Disney Channel original movie one time where mermaids came out of the water.
See, but we're worried about the tunnels being permanently flooded. So I say we just stay as mermaids.
What happens when winter comes?
What winter?
Well,
I mean, the planet being on fire. So how's the winter even going to come?
That's only during the summer. I figured it'd go.
I just figured the fire would be year round.
To the other.
Oh, so we're just living in Todoroki all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Anyways.
Come on, baby.
Anyways, yeah, that's how it's going,
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good time.
Not a bad time. Just a time. It can't be any worse than this, Am I right?
Well, it seems to be going in that direction.
I don't know if you're right, Kyle. Maybe. We'll have to see.
It does seem to be actually getting worse, in fact.
Every day, perpetual. That's not a word. Perpetual.
I liked that word. We should start using it. What do you think it means?
Nope. I'll tell you offline what I think it means. Anyways, what are we doing? What are we doing this episode?
Well, what we're doing is we're going to be talking about what we've been watching because that's our next segment. But this week's topic of the show is actually talking about what you should be watching, listener, viewer, Luna. when you are considering what to watch for summer 2024?
There is so much good stuff in summer 2024. It is so good.
Initially, I was worried about this season, but now I'm worried in the opposite way, where it's like I thought there wouldn't be anything to watch. Actually, worried is a strong word. I would say I was almost like relieved, like, oh, I won't have to worry about a lot of stuff to watch. Um,
And then everything's a banger, and you're like, oh my goodness, I
and
don't
then
have
I
enough
said, oh
time.
God, I have no time for this. So what in the world? My Crunchyroll hates me is what's going on. One thing I do have to tell you before we get into the topic, just because they added it to High Dive recently, obligatory, like I hate High Dive. Just have to say that for no reason. They added Umaru.
Yes, they did. I saw.
And I cannot get the opening out of my head.
You're like one of the only people I know that really enjoys that series.
Dude, Umaru was so good. I could have watched it for 5 seasons and been happy.
5 seasons. Jesus. Oh my goodness.
It was a good show. Like that one time, like when she was like talking about like putting the bed in the car.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not
around.
enjoyable in some way,
So good.
but I think you probably rank it much higher than most people.
Yeah, probably. She's I connect with her on a spiritual level.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I could see that.
Yeah. So that's
right.
what I really needed to talk about. So let's start off with High Dive shows because there's a lot less of a selection on High Dive. Obviously, let's get it out of the way because we already talked about it last week, but it's very important. You should be catching up to Oshinoko and watching season 2 if you have not already done so.
I loved getting your like text messages as you were watching it about like the emotional roller coaster you were feeling for that one character. I was just like, she doesn't even know. She hasn't seen anything.
No, I don't know. But I just like okay, first of all, what makes me sick, okay, not even real spoilers, but technically talking about like the second episode of season 2, it's, I promise, not spoilers. There's a writer involved, like a script writer person as a character. And it made me sick to my stomach that he has not one writing desk, but 2 writing desks in his room. I said, what the hell is this? And why don't I have any?
It's a man dedicated to his craft.
I know. I was really, maybe this is why I have a hard time writing, is because I don't have 2 writing desks.
I think that's a possibility that you should look at.
I should, yeah, look into this.
And then if ever anyone asks you why you have 2 writing desks, you just show them. You just show them that clip. No context, no nothing. Just
this is why I need 2 writing desks. You know, I bet that there's a lot of authors that actually do, because they probably have one like in their office and then somewhere else. I don't know. But
yeah, no, Oshinoko is continuing to be fantastic. I was worried. Now, I'm not gonna say that I like the opening anywhere near as much as Idol, because I think Idol is just gonna stand the test of time as like an iconic opening. But I think the opening kind of slaps.
It's good.
I think it's got the right level of like drama and like intensity going on.
Yeah, it is like you said, it's just kind of hard to like hold up to Idol. So kind of rough to go after that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I don't envy any artist that's like, hey, you want
like how second place is the first loser or whatever. That's like kind of feels like
you want to fall Idol? You think maybe you want to follow that up?
Dude,
no,
I would throw up.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be nervous, but I think they nailed it. I like all the music.
Yeah, art's great, plot's great so far. Even though as a writer myself, I do feel very upset by the phone tag situation going on. But what else do we've got here? So I'm only watching one other thing on High Dive.
Do you want to just pull up like the big list and go through it?
Big list?
Yeah. Because it's got most of what I'm watching.
I can. Hold on. Let me see.
Because I'm watching I think
Well,
19
here's my
different
point. Here's my
series.
point is I think that that's everything that's on High Dive was what the point I was trying to make for you. And there's only one other thing.
Yeah, that's all that's on High Dive.
Okay, so I'm also watching on High Dive just to get High Dive out of the way and then we can talk about everything else. Is I'm watching I Parry Everything.
Is it as dumb as it sounds?
Yes.
Be honest. Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
It's kind of really dumb. That's not to say I don't recommend watching it, but like you should go in knowing that it's like dumb. But okay, so I want to be very clear. It's not as good as Eminence in Shadow. Like I just being clear. However, I do want to make the comparison about how Eminence in Shadow, like everybody thinks that how the main character is like really cool and he knows all of this stuff, but he just is just kind of clueless and just kind of
he's a Chunibo, just acting
yeah,
out
he's just like a Chunibyo, like just like yeah,
acting out his fantasy.
It's that exact same thing. Like where like the main character Noor is like he wanted to be an adventurer, and they have in the town that he lives in, or I guess he lives right outside of town, but anyways, like they have schools for like all the different like classes, like you can be like warrior, knight, mage, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they have like classes, and like he went to every single school and flunked out of every single school. He only learned like one basic skill from all of the schools, and it was like the easiest skill that he could learn, right?
Was it the parry?
So parry is from the night school, yeah. So he has like parry, he has like flame, which is like just like a little tiny fireball thing. He has like body, like the enhance, like the physical enhancement where you get like really strong or whatever. Well, okay, so he saves somebody in the first episode, and it's like clearly like a huge minotaur. They talk about how it's like from the bottom of the dungeon. It's like this really deadly creature or whatever. He parries it, beheads it. And he's like, thank God it was just a cow. And he like leaves. He's like, okay, peace, guys. And then like he like leaves, right? He's like, thank God I helped him, and it was just a cow. Otherwise, like we would have been in a bad situation. Well, the person he saved was like the princess of the kingdom. So in episode 2, sorry, like mild spoilers, guys, because Kyle just doesn't really care about this show.
No,
but I still want him to enjoy the stupidity. So second episode, like the princess comes and finds him and is like, you saved my life. I have to repay you. But he doesn't know it's the princess. And so he's like, you know what? Saying thank you was more than enough. No problem. Have a good day. Bye. And she's like, no, I'm obligated to like gift you something. And my father wants to meet you, aka the king. So he goes to the castle. And like all of these knights show up that are like trying to figure out like if he's trying to like assassinate somebody or like what his ulterior motive is or whatever. They're like all trying to figure this guy out. And meanwhile, he doesn't know that he's at the castle. He doesn't know that it's the king. He doesn't know that it's the princess. He like literally.
How does he not know? Is he just stupid? He's just so stupid.
Nobody ever says like, oh, hey, I'm the king, or hey, I'm princess such and such. They just introduce each other by like their names. And so he's like, oh, this is a big house.
So he's an idiot. Got it.
Yeah, it's really, really funny. But they're like, all of like the people are like, why is he so strong? What's going on? Like, but the only skill he has that's like strong is parry. And the way that he parries everything, like the way that he practices parry is he carved wooden swords, like the bokuto, like that he carved wooden swords, hung them on a rope, and just parried these swords. I'm like, they're not even moving. How are you parrying these swords? He eventually makes it up to 1,000 swords at once.
Yeah, you're not selling me on this show.
It's so good.
I don't want to watch this. I don't know why anyone would, but
it's so funny. Yeah.
I'm
but okay, also
you are enjoying it.
Also, just because I think it's super funny, the first episode was called I Parry a Cow. The second episode was I Parry Rewards, because he even tells the king, like, I don't want anything.
Yeah, because he's oh my goodness.
It's so stupid. So yeah, that gets the high dive stuff out of the way. But yeah, I would
Maybe I could write a
recommend
light novel. Seems easy.
I would recommend watching I Parry Everything. Like if you're just looking for something like silly, I promise I didn't spoil everything, but yeah, it's just I'll have to keep you updated because it's dumb.
Yeah. I'm so invested. I need to know what other animal-based enemies he parries.
Yeah, I have to know everybody he parries. Okay. So let me share my screen. We can hold on. I'm gonna resize this. Give me a second because it gets weird.
Goodness, it's just a cow.
Yeah, see, this is why I dislike this. Is because hold on, let's try this.
That looks much better.
Yeah, but also I don't want so many shows showing at once. It's fine. We'll leave it. Okay. So we have some ongoing stuff. That time I got reincarnated as a slime season 3. They stole their name from us.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. We definitely
Um,
didn't just
we were gonna sue
take
them,
it.
but it was such a good show that we decided not to.
I take
Anyways,
no
okay.
part in this.
Next is Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. Kyle and I are both watching this.
Done
This
by the same studio doing Oshinoko and that did Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. They are cooking animation wise. I think this show is beautiful.
this show is stunning. I wish I had eyes like Alia does. Like her eyes are so pretty, like
Right?
little pink and the blue and
Well,
whatever.
I
Like I
mean,
know it's not
her
realistic, but like
her whole design is pretty.
yeah.
Like the white hair.
But
I mean, she even
like the kira kira, like the eyes. Like I don't know, like it's just like it's so pretty. I loved it.
um
So the show, you guys, is about a girl who is a transfer student into a new high school, and she has a crush on this kid, Kuze Masachika. And she like will randomly like very outrageously and overtly flirt with him in Russian. Like it's not like, oh, like he might be cute. Like it's not like cutesy. It's like just straight flirting.
yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
what?
And he understands Russian,
And he understands Russian.
but she doesn't know that. So it's so good.
And
And
yeah,
the side characters are great so
the
far.
sister is 10 out of 10.
Oh my
I
god, the
won't
sister
spoil who the
is.
sister is, you guys, but there's a sister in here and she is 10 out of 10.
I texted you
And
earlier saying that I think this is the season of Little
the season of
Sisters that are
sisters. Yeah.
just 10 out of 10 characters. They're so good.
Yep. So yeah, I would definitely recommend. Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. For sure, rom com. I really actually enjoy the characters. I enjoy the dynamics between them. And
Mhm.
I like that he just has other friends too. Like sometimes I feel like they kind of are trying to pitch like this is like the second female lead or whatever, but it really is just like a friendship dynamic, and you kind of understand more later. But like I enjoy that he just has friends.
It was it was definitely a cuz like in episode 1 when you get introduced to the other female character, you're like, "Oh no, it's going to be like a love triangle kind of thingy." But
Uh-huh.
like episode 2 they're like, "No, we're going to subvert all your expectations. Everything's not what you expect." And all like that.
Yeah.
Oh, like this was great.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the show is really just focusing on the main two and their
Yep.
relationship.
Yeah, the other thing that I will say, this is actually like my one complaint, and this is like mild spoilers for the first episode. I really don't think it is. It's like first 5 minutes. Um, I don't like that they're like that they knew each other as kids. I'm not happy about that plot.
We don't know that yet. That could be
Who else could that have been?
they could be tricking us.
I really don't think so, unless it's like her older sister.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
It didn't bother me that much.
I don't, well, because I wanted him to know Russian because he was like secretly half Russian, because I thought that would be funny. But that's not what happened. Anyways, we'll keep moving on here. Oshinoko, we already talked about. My Hero. I'm so far behind. It's not even funny.
Still
I did read
crushing
that
it.
My Hero Academia fan fiction though.
Is
That
ending?
was good.
Oh,
No,
it is
no.
ending.
Yeah, the manga.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
season's been so good though. You got to catch up. It's been crushing it.
I have a feeling it's gonna stress me out because
No,
when
there's
you enjoy
nothing.
it, there's a lot of fighting usually.
Yeah, it's pretty much been nothing but fights this
Yeah,
entire
see,
season.
I like when they're like more like going to school, being
Well,
friends.
you enjoy the lame part of it. Got it.
See, I don't understand how like you as a person who loves slice of life think that like that is the lame part.
Because they are uninteresting outside of their quirks.
You are so wrong. I will say I'm re-watching My Hero Academia with my dad's girlfriend because she hasn't seen it before. They did Todoroki dirty with his first hero outfit. Like, I don't know if you remember that first outfit, but it was
They
garbage.
they did a lot of them dirty with their first outfits. That stupid thing Deku had. Oh my god, it was so ugly.
With the mask and stuff, dude.
Oh, it was so
Dude,
ugly.
like All Might trying not to laugh because it looks exactly like him was the best.
It did it
Um.
though. It just looked real dumb.
Mhm. Okay, One Piece, we're gonna just skip right past. Failure Frame, I became the strongest and annihilated everything with the level spells.
No, I'm
Not
not watching
watching
it.
it. Okay. Days with My Stepsister.
Oh, I'm totally watching this.
Okay, go ahead. What's it
Um,
about? How you're
so
feeling?
it's it's really wholesome so far. It's so far like very. I wouldn't even say any romance.
It
Hint
does
or
say
like
romance
direct.
on there.
I know, but it seems more like a drama slice of life. Maybe it comes later. It probably does, but so far it's mostly just exploring what happens when two people like the same age suddenly become like step siblings and how you like navigate those dynamics. Like, they talk about, oh, I'll make dinner for you or whatever if you help me get like a part-time job or whatever. And they both have they have a lot in common about what they're trying to do with their goals in life and everything. So it's definitely been more drama and just character focused,
Mm-hmm.
which has been nice. And I like all the characters. It's pretty. I don't think it's anything like super spectacular, but I think it's definitely worth checking out and seeing if you enjoy it.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that this is one that I'm going to check out personally, but I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people watching this because who doesn't love incest? I guess.
There's no incest. The tag might be wrong. They change tags all the time. There's other girls in there's other
Anyway.
girls in that poster. Anyways, let's talk about this crap.
Tower of God season 2. I'm not watching it. I will be watching it. I gotta catch up before I can watch it. So
I thought
this will be
season 1
fun.
sucked, so I'm definitely not watching this.
I don't know. I haven't seen season 1.
I also heard they changed the animation style. Like no, but you know how like in season 1 they had that like I don't even know how to describe it, like more of like the bright, vibrant and like that effect over like the characters or whatever. I know
No,
it
I
kind of
don't know.
when you if you see a comparison between the characters from season 1 and season 2, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it kind of looks like someone just took like a high def filter and smoothed them all out and got rid of any of like the artistic like flair that was in season 1.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll eventually understand and I'll be like, hey, what's going on with this? And then you'll be like,
Yeah.
remember I said something about this and I won't remember.
No, yeah, you'll forget.
Yeah. Somebody write this down.
I'll remember.
Okay. Next we have the strongest magician in the Demon Lord army was a human. This is, I think, one of the top ones on Crunchyroll right now, but I'm not planning on watching this.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like I
That's
think
so
third.
that's so disappointing.
Hold on. Because they
This
sort the new releases by popularity.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dropped down a little bit now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because it was for sure. Oh no, never mind. I lied. It's so number 1 is Slime, number 2 is Hero Academia, number 3 is One Piece, number 4 is Spice and Wolf, number 5 is this one.
All right, you guys got to do better. Just
You don't want to know what number 6 is.
What is number 6?
The Osan newbie adventurer.
Okay, let's move on.
And
I'm not watching this. I'm
number
not gonna
7 is
watch it.
this one. So
All right. Well,
we're just in isekai life over here. Okay, next is Spice and Wolf. Kyle and I are both watching that. We've talked about it already. We'll keep going.
continues to be great.
Next is Wistoria, Wand and Sword.
Are you watching this?
I am watching this. It's really, really good. It has a really great plot so far. I've only seen like the one episode, but I'm really, really interested to see where it goes. It has really, really, really stunning animation. They do like a lot of really cool stuff with the magic and like with the physical fights and stuff. I love the character design. Again, like I said, I'm really interested to see where this plot goes. So I'm definitely watching this one. That's what I was just doing as I was adding it to my list of like what I'm actually officially watching. But
yeah, I don't think
definitely
I'm gonna
have fun.
check this one out. It doesn't seem like something for me.
Does it help to know that he has a familiar that's like a cat thing that's named Kiki?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't help at all. Not even like a little bit.
I thought that was fun.
I thought you were gonna go with the classic. Did you know he's got a friend with twin tails?
Oh no. I mean, the princess does have white hair and has twin tails, and I parry everything. But I didn't think that would win you over.
No, it's definitely not gonna win you over.
Listen, I know when to use my powers for evil.
Oh, okay. You want to talk about a deer?
So I am about a third of the way through the first episode of my dear friend Nokotan. For sure we'll be watching this unless something crazy happens.
Did you get to the part where she enters the classroom?
No.
Oh my god.
I got to the part where she's like walking and then she like sees somebody that's like hanging from the line.
Yeah. Okay.
And she like thinks somebody commits suicide. Yeah, I got to that part. And then she was like,
I don't
what's going on?
I don't know
That's
why,
where I
but and they continuously do it throughout the entire episode. But they cut away and they do that like music like beat where it's like just says like deer, I think, in Japanese. Yeah. And then there's also a part where they have all this like CGI deer.
The CGI deers just like invade the scene.
They'll just be in random places. It gets me every time. It's so good.
Dude, you guys, this show is so like freaking ridiculous to the max, and it's so good. Like they have a Dark Souls reference in the opening. They immediately reference Tokyo Revengers as to why somebody became a delinquent.
Oh yeah, that was so good too. You can't go into this series expecting any sort of seriousness from it because it is so absurd that it's so good. I am a bit annoyed though because this series has in Japan it airs on like Sunday, like or Saturday or whatever.
It says Wednesday here.
Well, that's what I'm about to say. But on Crunchyroll, because the Japanese streaming place has a 3-day exclusivity, Crunchyroll doesn't get it till Wednesday.
Oh, interesting. Even though it says streaming JP, it's actually streaming US.
Yeah, so it annoys me that there's a 3-day discrepancy.
Okay.
Because I want to watch more deer.
You
gotta text me when you watch like the rest of it because there's some stuff that happens that I need your reaction to.
Here's my worry. Because I always I want to text you live reactions to things, but then I get like worried that like maybe you haven't watched it, especially when I'm on top of things and I like watch it day of. I'm like, but what if I'm spoiling this for Kyle?
99% of the time I've watched it before you. So it's not really like a worry. And I've already seen this episode, so you can live react to this episode.
Okay. I'll keep going. Again, I parry everything. Recommend. By the way, this is the gift that he gets for saving the princess, this huge sword, and it's the king's sword. He's like, I guess I'll take it. Anyways, the show's so dumb. No longer allowed in another world. Not watching.
Not watching it either.
Our Last Crusade or The Rise of a New World season 2. Not watching.
I am watching.
Okay.
because I watched all of
What do you have to
season
say for
1.
yourself?
Oh, it's trash. It's
Yeah,
complete.
that's what
It's
I was
complete
expecting.
garbage.
Yep.
The
Yep.
main protag is the black haired swordsman protag that is in
Kirito?
everything that all the ladies love. And but it's somehow something that I just like to put on and watch. I don't know. I don't think it's very good, but I enjoy watching it.
Okay.
Season 2 actually started with like almost like a promo that, hey, like, this is season 2. Did you forget? And I'm like, it didn't do a recap. It just told you were watching season 2.
What the heck?
And I'm like, I've never seen this. But yeah,
Okay.
so I'm gonna keep watching it. But I don't think it's gonna be good.
Ugh. All right. Well, next one is the Ulsan newbie adventurer trained to death by the most powerful party became invincible. I'm not watching
Solo
it.
leveling at home.
He does have nice boobs. Just saying.
They're called pecs.
He has nice boobs. Anyways, next is Mission Yozakura Family.
This is a continuation from Spring. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay,
No.
let's go then. I've heard nothing about this show, so it can't be that great.
I've heard the first half wasn't great, but people are like, it gets better in the second half.
Sure.
I'm like, you sound as ridiculous as the people are like, it gets good 30 hours in.
It's like watch One Piece episode 500.
After 500 episodes, you'll love it.
Okay, Pseudo Harem. You're watching this one.
Are you not watching it?
No, I'm definitely not.
Okay. Can I give you like a quick little rundown?
Yeah, you can.
All right. So
that was what I wanted you to do regardless.
Yeah. So she transfers to his school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like an underclassman or whatever. And they join the drama club because they're actors or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He makes like an offhanded comment about how he wishes he was popular enough to have a harem where all the girls, like, he would have the tsundere, he'd have the shy one, he'd have the childhood friend, he'd have the like bully or the impish one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so since she's an actor, she proceeds to occasionally slip into those personas where she acts like that character trope. So like when she goes into the tsundere one, she'll say like the tsundere line and like put her hair in like twin tails. Yeah, and she'll just go through all of them depending on the situation. But it's definitely a romance, but it's like, because it's a four piece like manga, like the just
the Yonkoma?
Yeah. So you get like just those quick little interactions, and then it moves to the next one and goes through, but it really lets you kind of just enjoy their interactions without so much of like this huge overarching plot or whatever, and it's just so cute. And yeah, I don't know. I it's funny. I think you would like it. I don't know why you don't want to watch it.
I have a lot to catch up on, and it's not catching my attention enough.
Okay.
I'm not saying I won't change my mind later, but right now I think I'm okay.
All right, fine.
All right.
I really like it. I recommend it. I think people should check it out for some funny
romantic subtext. It doesn't even say romance.
I mean, it is a romance. I don't know why they put romantic subtext.
Okay, next we have the Cafe Terrace and Its Goddesses season 2.
No, definitely not.
Okay, Suicide Squad Isekai. I will be checking this out just because I'm really weirded out by it. Kyle will not be for now because he refuses to watch on HBO.
Yeah, I refuse. There's too many streaming services. I refuse to support this. I've had enough.
Okay. Next we have Why Does Nobody Remember Me in This World? I will never be watching this unless something crazy happens because I hate memory loss tropes.
I just wish I could get this in real life, you know?
You're not watching this one, right?
No, never.
Okay. 2.5 Dimensional Seduction.
I did try watching this.
And
I dropped it immediately
okay.
after like the first episode. I hated it. It's literally just and you know, there's nothing wrong if you enjoy ecchi and all this, but I didn't like the characters, and they all just came off as like, hey, what if there was a male fantasy where they just dress up in hot cosplay? And that's the entire show.
See, Kyle is in porn for the plot. He's not just in it for the porn.
You joke, but I've legitimately said that. So, anyways, no, it's just I didn't like it. It's just not good. I didn't think the animation was that good. I didn't think anything about it was that good. If you're looking for an ecchi, I guess you can go for it, but I don't know. Not for me.
Maybe I'll pick it up then. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, next is A Nobody's Way Up to an Exploration Hero. This one's kind of a maybe for me. I haven't checked it out yet. I'm contemplating it just because it kind of looks interesting, but I'm kind of waiting to see what other people think.
It does kind of look interesting.
It just kind of like, you know, like the art style and like the idea of the show.
That's the art style definitely looks it doesn't look classic, typical, generic isekai.
Yeah, it looks like it might be more like a different kind of isekai, which, listen, I like isekai when it's not the same thing over and over again.
What is this? This is on Crunchyroll. Okay.
Yep. Check it out. Let me know.
Maybe I will.
Okay. So next is A Journey Through Another World, Raising Kids While Adventuring. This is another one I'm on a maybe, just because I think that this sounds cute, but I haven't watched it.
Oh, this is a hard no for me.
You don't like kids?
I don't want to watch kids being raised in another world. No.
Fair enough. It just kind of looks cute, but also that one's again another one that I'm just
plot twist. You get to episode 12, the kids just get murdered by like a big minotaur.
They get eaten.
Bam.
By a cow, you mean?
By a big cow, yeah. Actually, that'd be funnier if it was just a big normal cow. Grazing.
Next is Fairy Tale 100-Year Quest. Not watching. I'm too far behind on Fairy Tale. Otherwise, I would be watching it.
I watched every episode of Fairy Tale. And I don't want to watch any more Fairy Tale ever. Okay. I'm good. We don't need this.
Love is Indivisible by Twins. Definitely a no for me.
Also a no for me. I've heard it's told from the perspective of like one of the twins, and it like starts with her like, the biggest mistake I made was falling in love with my sister's boyfriend. And I'm just like, the biggest mistake you made was ever thinking these things out loud. I don't know what to tell you.
So my friend and I from work are like trying to get through this author. She's a really popular author on Kindle Unlimited. Her name's Breanna Kent. So we were looking at the book series that we're going through has like 30 something books in it. It's ridiculous. And we both read the first book, hated it. I can't even make it through the second book, but we've heard that the most recent book is like 10 out of 10. Like it's like really, really good. So we ended up like skipping to like one of the more popular branches of the series. And this book, I swear on my life, was like, my sister is dead and I'm interested in her ex-husband or in her like husband. Like, and I was like, how did you get here? Like, how do you like, hey, my sister's now dead. I'm going to move in on her husband.
I mean, that actually happens like in real life.
I know it does, but like, why?
I don't know. I can't answer these things. But yeah, no, I'm definitely not gonna watch this. I hate love triangles. I especially hate love triangles between like siblings. It's why I don't think quintessential quintuplets is that good.
Mm-hmm. It's weird, you guys. It's real weird.
Anyways,
Next we have Dahlia and Bloom, crafting a fresh start with magical tools. I'm not watching this. I would be open to watching it if somebody if the internet is like, this is great, but I haven't heard anything.
yeah, I don't really have much of an interest.
Next is Shoshimin, which is How to Become Ordinary. This is one that I've been keeping an eye on.
You need to watch this. This is the
Okay.
one. This is the one by the same creator as Hyoka.
Oh, okay. Let me. This one's on Crunchyroll. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There's
See,
two
I knew I
episodes.
would forget the name of it.
There's 2 episodes out so far.
Okay, I added it.
And you can definitely see like the Hyoka influence, especially in the male main character.
Okay. Just
but
a different studio for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it still looks good, but it definitely doesn't have the flair of Kyoto or anything. But the main two's dynamic is super interesting, and I want to learn more about it. So this is a super easy recommend for me. I absolutely love everything about it so far.
Okay, what's the actual plot of this one? Just basics.
So they get into high school. They made a pact in middle school when they met to live their lives in an ordinary, peaceful way. So it's all about them trying to manage that pact and keep that up. But you can kind of see one of the things, and it's not even really a spoiler, but one of the things they say is when someone texts you asking if you can help them out with something, an ordinary person would say, yeah, I can help you, and then help out their classmate or whatever. So they have rules that they follow on how to be ordinary or whatever, but there's definitely more going on behind the scenes, and there's definitely more with them as characters. It just has to build still.
Give them time to cook. All right, I got it.
Oh yeah. But the first 2 episodes are enjoyable, and if you liked Hyoka, I think you'll like this. So
okay. All right, it's added into the list. Next we have Atri, My Dear Moments.
Atri. I am watching it. It just came out today. This is the one. So this one's based off a visual novel.
Mm-hmm.
The premise is good so far, but this is the one out of everything I've watched this season that I was excited for that is kind of not immediately hooked me or oh, I can't wait for the next episode. It's set in the future. The water's risen. It took over a bunch of land masses, swallowed up a bunch of cities or whatever. The dude has a prosthetic leg or whatever, and then he finds a girl and a humanoid girl. She's a robot.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a spoiler. That's just what it is. At the bottom of the ocean, and that's all I'll say for right now. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching and hope that there's more.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see then. Next we have The Magical Girl and the Evil Lieutenant Used to Be Arch Enemies. I have not watched the first episode of this, but I will be watching the first episode. For sure.
Yeah, because it's only 12 minutes long.
12. Actually, how dare you? 12 minutes and 29 seconds.
Actually, it's only 11 minutes long because the opening is a minute and a half. Actually, the ED might be 30 seconds too. It might be even shorter.
I was gonna say, is the minute is ED not 1 minute and then it's only 10-minute episode?
I don't know. I didn't time it.
You got to do some math next time.
Yeah, I'm bummed that it is short form. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But I think the show is really pretty.
Yeah, I am kind of weirded out that it is short for form.
Her magical girl transformation, stunning, absolutely beautiful animation. Bones did a great job with it. I really like their dynamic as two characters. I think this one for me is an easy recommend, and it's not a huge time commitment. So, definitely check it out.
Easy recommendation on this one.
Oh
okay. You guys, I'm not looking away for no reason. I'm making notes. So
she's not listening to me.
Next is The Elusive Samurai. I haven't gotten around to watching this, but I'm planning on watching this one. I've heard nothing but incredible things about this show. I've heard that the fight scenes are crazy, like the animation. So yeah, I'm for sure planning on watching this one.
Yeah, I've heard similar things. I've heard people really like it. I'm not gonna watch it though.
Really?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Nothing's drawing me to it. If I want to watch a samurai, I'll wait for Rurouni Kenshin next season.
Okay. All right. Now this is. Hold on. Let me put my crochet down. Cracks knuckles.
Don't crack your knuckles.
Next we have Senpai is no Tokonoko. Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pitch. Okay, first of all, I'm going to pitch it to a general audience, and then I'm going to pitch it directly to you. Give me time.
Paint me a word picture.
I'm gonna. This show is about this girl, Saki Aoi, that falls in love with her senpai and confesses, only to find out that her senpai, as is in the name of the title, is a boy. And it's very slice of life. It's very cute. It's just basically like her having like smaller interactions with her senpai. The animation is stunning. The characters are stunning. The music's great. I love every single element about this show. Now here's my thing, Kyle. Saki Aoi, which is this girl right here, main character.
Yes.
Right. Falls in love with her / him, thinking, hey, this is a girl. And her reaction, spoilers for like the first 30 seconds, isn't like, oh, I thought you were a girl when she finds out that he's actually a dude. It's just like, oh, okay, that's great. I get to see you as a girl and a guy. So this has not very subtle hints of Yuri in it, because it's clearly like he's like not giving up his cross-dressing. So for sure, Yuri vibes.
But it's fake Yuri.
It is kind of fake Yuri. And Kyle, this is the childhood friend of the senpai, also in love.
But now it's a love triangle. I don't like those.
I know you don't like love triangles. The friend is convinced that he's not in love with her / him. I don't know which pronoun to use because.
Wait, does the childhood friend know that they're cross-dressing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So.
So the BL?
It is from every single angle a queer show.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So my pitch here is I think it would be fun for the two of us to watch this show, because obviously I want the BL ship, and obviously you're going to want the Yuri ship. And we have a unique situation here.
But even if I
can fight it out.
But even if I get the Yuri ship, it's a fake Yuri ship.
But here's the thing that like I actually don't know for sure, because I don't know where this show goes. I know it's based off of a digital manga. I think it's on Webtoon, if I remember correctly. I don't know if this is like cross-dressing because like he's trying to transition, or just cross-dressing because he likes it. It makes it seem like he just likes girly things and just wants to dress feminine. So like he's not planning on transitioning, but I don't know like where the show goes.
I mean, he's a very pretty girl based on that picture, you know?
Stunning. I'm telling you, that picture doesn't do him justice. The Yuri bait is
What
insane.
what about
And
when
the plot is so sweet, so cute, so cozy, and there's a lot of really, really cool stuff in there about like having conversations about like around like what it means to be a guy, what it means to be a girl, like stuff like that. There's a lot kind of wrapped in there, like depth
hold on,
wise.
I had a quick question. What
Sure.
about the scenes where they're not cross-dressing?
They're very few and far between. But then
But
I
in
get
those
but then I
but
get
in those but in those scenes, are you like, oh, that's like that looks do they like change the appearance in any way to
no,
make
no,
it
no.
look like okay.
No, they even when they are a guy, you can tell like they're very, very beautiful. Like very pretty and could easily pass as a girl regardless. But it's a really I really think that this is, and I wasn't kidding when I said like so far I think this show is an 11 out of 10. I think this show has potential to be one of my favorite shows of all time. I know it's early, so I don't want to like oversell it
Doesn't even
for sure, but I think that this show is really, really heartfelt. There's like a subplot in there where like the like I said, the friend doesn't realize that he's like really in love with him. Like the mom is like adamant that he has nothing girly ever, like can't even have pink things, kind of like. So there's like I said, there's a lot being explored in this story. It's not
how does he
just like
get
a fun
how
love
does he get to
triangle thing.
how do they get to school dressed as a girl if their mom
They explain it in the show at the end of
Oh,
the
okay.
first episode. So
I do find it a bit interesting that this show is the only one seemingly that doesn't have a rating.
that is weird. If I had to rate it, I would at this point put it at a 10. So far this is a masterpiece for me, but again, I don't know where the show's going. So
I don't know. I'll think about it.
I really think you should watch this, especially because like the added element of like we can argue.
The love oh, there's the rating. It popped up.
Oh, there it is. 7.65. I do definitely think it's higher than that, but yeah.
Near Automata.
I'm not watching.
Okay.
VTuber Legend. No.
Yeah, I'm totally watching it.
Are you really?
What? Yeah,
Do you like
I am.
VTubers? Hold
Yeah.
on. We got to take a break in our scheduled programming. Do you watch VTubers?
Not like actively, but sometimes I'll like check them out. I don't have a problem with them.
I don't have a problem with VTubers either, but I just like we haven't ever talked about VTubers.
They occasionally like do games that I'm interested in, so I'll watch them like play those. Or the Hololive girls have covered Love Live stuff, and I always think that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna pitch you this show, right?
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to prepare mentally.
All right. So every time you see the characters in this show, regardless of if it's IRL or in their VTuber form, like online, they just animate them in their VTuber form. So they're just walking around in public as they're like as the VTuber. Yeah, but they're not actually, like that's just how you're seeing them.
Okay.
So basically, this girl, she's part of like, one of the gens for her VTuber group, and she's doing this like really like low kind of like, just chatting like nice, softly, cute and sweet persona or whatever. And then she goes to like end stream one day, and her like computer freezes. And she thinks the stream is done. She thinks she ended it. She's like, okay, whatever. And then she proceeds to start cracking some beers open and becomes the biggest freaking degenerate I've ever seen. She goes to one of her gen mates like streams who's playing like a sausage fighting game where you just fight each other with sausages.
Yep.
And then she proceeds to just talk about how cute she is and how she's gooning over her and all this other stuff.
Oh my god.
And she just continues her degenerate rant, and people love it. And that's what kind of kickstarts her popularity. And then at one point, the person that she was watching calls her, and she's like, "I asked my manager what that word means, and she said it means you think I'm cute." And so the main character is like totally like straight up gay for like her gen mate or whatever. But yeah, the shock that went from the sweet VTuber that the show starts you with to straight degenerate talking about how she wants to bang her friends and all this stuff. It kicked up to 11 real quick.
Oh God.
And it was great.
All right. Well, here's what I'll do. I'll let this one keep going. If you after like 2 or 3 episodes are like the show is still good, then I'll consider watching it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. My wife has no emotion.
Yeah.
I'm not watching this.
So Takuma gets a robot. The robot is named Mina. She is designed to basically, do housekeeping stuff, make dinner and everything. But she's super cute. And then he drunkenly basically asks her to marry him. And, she looks up online what it means to be married. And then they're basically not legally married, but, commonwealth married. They live together. They do husband and wife things. The sister this is another sister that comes over when she finds out about this.
Okay.
10 out of 10. She like you think maybe she's gonna be like one of those overprotective types of her sibling or whatever. Nah, she's got like a fetish over interspecies relationships, and she's freaking losing her mind. It's so good. She's so into it.
Dude, what is happening with little sisters this season?
She's like a robot and a human, and she like, oh, it's so good. Her reactions are the best. Yeah, this show is cute, very funny, good romance.
I don't see. My problem is that I don't really like the character designs.
They take a little getting used to. Once they look better in the show than they do in that picture.
Yeah.
Especially the main guy, and then Mina just looks cuter in the show in general. So, I think people should watch this one. I think it's really funny and really cute.
Okay. Well, there you guys go. Bye Bye Earth. Not watching.
I don't know what. I've never even heard of this.
All right, we'll keep going. Macaina Too Many Losing Heroines.
Oh my God. This might be one of the best shows of the season.
Oh,
and I'm not even joking.
Someone said help.
No. Listen, okay?
I'm listening.
So the guy in the back, he basically starts the show by like talking about how, in light novels and romance or whatever, you always see the romance play out, the guy gets the girl or whatever. And then he's like, I wonder what it'd be like if my life was in a light novel and I saw like a crying girl. And then he basically sees freaking Anna, who is the childhood friend archetype of another character in the show who's not important. And they're doing like, he's like in a restaurant and he just sees them like having like an argument where she's like, you need to go tell this other girl how you feel before she leaves or whatever. And then he's like, how do you know? And she's like, because I feel that way about you, and like confesses. And then he leaves to go get the other girl. And he's like, there's a word for the girls that don't get chosen. And then he's like, they're the losing heroines. And then they basically like bond because she can't talk to any of her friends because they all know the relationship or whatever. And it's super funny. And at one point in the show, she meets another childhood friend and she goes, listen, there's 2 types of women in this world, childhood friends and home wreckers. And I lost it. I'm like, this is so good. Animation, absolutely stunning. OST, absolutely fantastic. The characters are great. This is the biggest surprise to me of the season because this is absolutely fantastic. People need to watch this. It is so good.
All right. Well, this one's also missing the number for whatever reason. Oh, it might be because it just aired. Anyways,
It just aired.
I will contemplate watching that one just because, especially because it's A1 Pictures.
It's so funny, and the animation is beautiful.
Okay. Maybe I'll check that one out.
Oh, come on.
Next we have Quality Assurance in Another World.
No, never.
Okay. Then we have Plus Size Elf, which is another high dive show. I'm not watching this one.
Also, no, never.
I'm not completely opposed to watching it, but it's an ecchi, and I don't really watch ecchis in general. So I also don't really like how the whole thing, like, I have a really hard time with like the they have to lose weight to be attractive plot kind of thing, and that kind of seems to be like where this is going.
Is that the plot?
Kind of the plot is like she needs to lose weight basically.
Oh, I didn't. I was so out on this show. I didn't even bother looking up what the plot was.
Yeah. Can she lose this weight and keep it off? Yeah. So that's why I like kind of dislike. Like, to be fair, this show might end up being like a, hey, you know what? It's great to have, like, it's great to be fat and you can be beautiful regardless. Like, it might end up being something like that, but I just like, it's an ecchi already, and I'm like, so
are they all trying to lose weight? Is it like a group effort?
I have no idea.
Is this like The Biggest Loser, but for anime?
But for elves?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Next we have The Fable, which is a continuation from last season. I don't know what this is, and I'm not watching it.
No.
Next we have Dungeon People, which looks like it has really interesting art.
Yes, I agree.
And I keep almost watching it, but I never quite convince myself to watch it.
Yeah, same. This seems like more of a series that if I want to watch it, I'll watch it after it's finished airing,
Just
like in my downtime or like whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out eventually. Next is Mayonaka Punch. I've not heard of this one.
So this is one of the PA Works originals for the season. Also really good. Also really beautiful. So basically
Is this a Yuri?
Yes, kind of. Yeah, I mean,
Yuri bait, probably.
Like, it's not well, I don't know about that.
Doesn't say Yuri on it, so.
Yeah, well, it's an original. How would they even know? Anyways, she was in like a new tuber group with two of her friends, but she gets kicked out, and then she's like trying to make it on her own. And the other girl is a vampire who had a dream about her and wakes up like 20 years later and like sees her and wants to like meet her. And then they drunkenly meet, and they team up and they pair up. And the deal basically is, you'll let me film you so I can get 1 million subs and beat out my friends who kicked me out. And in exchange, she literally says, I'll let you make a meal out of me.
Okay.
So this one's great. Everyone should watch it. PA Works, sometimes they, I was gonna say sometimes they miss, but they crush it lately.
Yeah. Sometimes they do miss, though. I'm gonna be honest. But
I'm trying. Yeah, I mean, what was it? I can't even remember the last one that. There was one that they put out that missed, but then they had Aquatope on White Sand, and that one was great.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one. I've not seen that one.
I probably mentioned it a bunch.
Probably.
And you probably just ignored me like you always do.
I don't think I ignore you. I think I just don't like
listen.
I think I just don't like retain information very well. I don't think I realized that PA Works was your boy Kong Ming.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay, next we have Yatagarasu, which is The Raven Does Not Choose Its Master. I've been side-eyeing this one, but I have not seen it.
This is a continuing one too. People like it, but I'm not gonna watch it.
Maybe I'll binge it later. I'm gonna just skip this next one and this next one. Shy? I think you said you were
Yeah, I'm
watching
watching
this one.
Shy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it's like they saw people liked season 1 and they're like, hey, what if we give you a bunch of money and you make it look way better and you like just really up the quality of everything? It's good. I mean, it's basically if My Hero was basically all female,
Which is a terrible idea.
which is just fantastic, just great.
We should make it all dudes just punching each other.
I mean, there are 2 dude heroes. One's from America and one's from England.
Of course.
All the other ones I've seen are actually no. There's another male one from China, but all the other ones are female. My favorite one, of course, being the medical aid one from like Sweden, who has twin tails. So
Of course.
but Shy's good. Shy is a fun, good series.
Okay, well check that out, you guys.
Yeah, you're not gonna
next
check
we
it
have
out.
next we have Taskete. It's almost like Taskete, but like anyways, Taskete, Fate of the Majority, but not watching this.
Not gonna watch it.
Okay. Nare Nare, Cheer for You.
This is
cheerleading one.
Yeah, what was that face for?
It was a hesitation of like cheerleading.
Well, I'm here to tell you that this series is freaking awesome.
Okay, now I want to pause for just a second.
What?
If you have to pick between Mayanaka Punch and Nare Nare, which one are you choosing?
Mayanaka Punch.
Okay.
I think at this point.
Okay.
But they've both only aired one episode, so it's too early to say.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But this is PA Works' other original for the season. They have 3 for this. Well,
3?
2 originals. They have 3 series this season, 2 originals, and then they're doing the Sakuna of Rice or whatever show.
Oh, I didn't realize that was PA Works too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And so, yeah, Cheer for You is about cheerleading, obviously. The animation's beautiful, the character designs are great. They found a really clever and interesting way to bring all the characters together in the first episode. There's one of her friends has like a disease, so there's like some backstory stuff that they're gonna get into. There's a girl that does like super hardcore parkour to like get into school every day, and it's freaking awesome. But no, I mean it's just really good so far.
Okay.
But Mayanaka Punch is where I put it above it right now.
Right now, okay.
Like if you're only going to check out one,
back later.
Check out Mayanaka Punch.
Okay. Wow. Doesn't air for another 24 days on this Delica's Nursery.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, there it is. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, yeah.
You watching that one too or no?
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep going then. So next we have Tetsugare Out of Focus or Twilight Out of Focus. I watched the first 2 episodes. I think it's good. I think if you like BL, you should definitely watch it. I think if you are not already interested in BL, I would not start here with BL. It's not to say that it's bad, but it definitely BL, like, I don't know, like for people that don't watch BL, it's like kind of hard to explain, but they do this thing with BL. They make BLs sometimes overly cheesy. I don't know how to explain it. But they do this thing with BL, and they do it with a lot of them. So if you've seen like Sekai Ichi Hatsukoi, where it has that like kind of like not weird vibe to it, but it has like a different vibe than anime / romance usually does. It kind of has that same, or like whatever that My Hero whatever BL one as well. It has that same kind of vibe. So if you already like BL, you'll really like this. I think this is cute. I think this is good. But if you're not interested in watching BL, I would like if you're not like obsessive with BL in the same way I am, like I would steer clear of this one. Still.
Okay.
Those are my thoughts. I'm gonna just keep going here. You can stop me
Yeah.
if you see something. I think
Not
that's
watching
it.
any of these. Scroll. Just
Why is
go
it?
to-
This looks like what's his face? Sugar, not Sugar Rush. No, yeah, Sugar Rush from My Hero.
No, I don't know.
Anyways, I don't think there's anything else here
Just keep
because
scrolling.
Twilight Out
Maybe.
of Focus was the last one for me.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay.
All right. Cool. That's the
If you
season.
had to pick from this list 3 things for people to watch, not including Oshinoko because that's a default pick.
Yeah.
And
you
not
should always be
continuing.
watching.
What are your 3?
Let me just quickly gather my thoughts.
While you're doing that, my 3 that I think people should watch is 1, Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. 2, Senpai is an Otokonoko. And 3, Wistoria, Wand and Sword. Those are my 3 that I think you should watch from this season. If you're only picking 3.
You want to know what's not, or we might have missed it, but I didn't see it, was Monogatari? In Monster season?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that is airing. I am watching that. Man, it feels so good to be watching Monogatari again. It's been so long. I feel like people
at some point it's got to stop.
No, never. I feel like people have kind of been down on Shaft lately. And
Shaft kind of, yeah.
And this was really just them going, hey, what if we flex on you? What if we make you look silly? Because
it's so
the animation is insane. The stories are great so far. Really enjoying it. Yeah. And so far they're starting with 2 of my favorite characters' stories. So it's great. I'm very interested to see where it goes. Definitely be watching Monogatari if you've watched all the other ones.
What's
if
this
you
one
haven't,
called?
This is just Monogatari series off in Monster season.
Why is it? Yeah, it's not listed as part of the series, like a part of the.
Yeah, that's weird.
Season. What season is it listed under? Yeah, it says summer 2024, like on the actual page, but like on. Yeah. Anyways, doesn't matter.
It's on Crunchyroll, so I don't know. I mean, if you've watched Monogatari and you're like a big fan, I think that's a default one that you should be watching automatically. I know Bree hasn't. It's something about the text is too fast for her or something.
I want to understand Japanese better before I watch it. Speaking of, I learned something crazy in my Japanese class on Thursday, you guys.
All right, you can. So the 3 that I'm gonna pick that you definitely need to be watching for this season are Too Many Losing Heroines. Okay. Definitely that one. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
Shoshimin. I think everyone should check that one out, especially if you're a fan of Hyoka.
Which is the How to Become Ordinary.
Yes. And then, man, I want to say Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian.
I already said that one, so you can pick another one if you want.
So you said that one, so I'll pick. You should all be watching the Deer Show, but it's not mandatory. I'll pick Mayanaka Punch. You should check that one out. I think the 6 suggestions we just gave, plus the 2 like mandatory ones that if you're a fan of Oshinoko and Monogatari, you should be watching. I think that's a good list.
We did good.
We did great. We made anime great again.
Too soon. Too soon.
Too soon? Oh, okay. My bad.
God, too soon. Okay, you guys. Well, Thanks for listening / watching / hanging out. Let us know what you're watching / what you ended up picking up. And if you didn't pick up Senpai's in Otsuko,
Bree's gonna hunt you down.
I will hunt you down. No, I
You're
just
gonna
really
hear
love
the
a clear story.
You're gonna hear the deer music coming as she's walking up to you.
You're gonna hear shika shika.
Shika,
Dude, those deers are so scary.
It's so good. I love it. I can't wait for Wednesday.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm gonna watch that on my lunch break.
Okay. Well, you guys, we will see you next time. I do want to give a special shout out to our current patrons. We have Alpaca Tom, Fabulous Breanna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Lindsay, Nicolette at Night, Cypher Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, Mimi J, David Hotwright, Dave Harp, the Xbox Expansion Pass, Lee Navarro, Silicanet, and Ellery Woods Parker III. Kyle, where can people find you?
Discord. That's it.
You guys should jump in the Discord. Everybody's been talking about the Concord beta that's happening this weekend. We're all playing it. I guess by the time you'll hear this, it'll be too late. But you should have jumped in the Discord earlier so that you could hang out with us.
It won't be too late because there'll be an open beta next weekend.
Oh, is there? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, jump in, you guys. Dive in. The water's wet.
Come on in. The water's warm.
No, the water's wet.
Water's all wet. Well.
Is it?
Cut the feed.
All right. You can find me at Fabulous Breanna, FABULIST BREANNA. You can find us at Save the Game Media, most places like YouTube, Patreon, all that fun stuff, except for Twitter /X, and that's Save Game Media because there's a character limit. Goodbye.
Hey.